Touch. Finish. Good. Yep, back here. Good. Play wide. Good. Lay it off. Get out wide. Good. Good tag. Good Jordan. Touch. Good. Come on, man. Can't turn off. Come on. Fellas, we got to be switched on. It's 3 balls. We got to know what we're doing. Play. Good. Come on, Mark. Got to know what we're doing at all times. Good. Go join Shay. Ask for it. Good, Dayton. Good movement. Get in the box, Shay.
Yeah.
Fellas.
Coach, can you talk about the expectations for the Adrian College men's soccer season for 2017? On paper, you have 11 starters returning. Excitement, I'm sure, is very high. The team was picked for 3rd in the conference preseason rankings. If you can kind of talk about how training has evolved throughout the couple weeks heading into your weekend opener.
Sure. Obviously, you want to build on last year's success, so we have expectations that are reasonable, but the expectations are also high for us. As you mentioned, it is a group of guys that is returning. We're returning 20 guys in all. We only added 6 freshmen. So, you know, we really knew that we had an opportunity to start strong. And we've taken that mentality into training. We started from a more elevated, higher spot than we normally do, and we've been able to hit the ground running. And we still have a lot of work to do. We still have a lot of growth. But right now, you know, the guys are working hard, which is really all you can ask for. So we're pleased with that aspect of it.
And are there concerns that you have that maybe some around the community have the expectations are too high for the team, and how do you counteract that?
I think for us, the guys know that expectations and pressure, they are what you make it, right? It's really only you know, it's what you feel, it's what you believe, right? And so as long as we manage how we feel and our expectations and our beliefs, then we're okay. You know, people can have expectations for us, but if you trust your preparation and what you've done leading up to each game, each training session, the rest will take care of itself.
You recently scrimmaged Division II Saginaw Valley, a 3-2 loss to a scholarship program. Can you talk about what, so I'm sure probably a very good result for the program. Can you talk about what you saw in that game leading into your regular season opener?
I think the thing we're encouraged by is how deep we are. This is the deepest team we've ever had. We played every guy, and every guy got at least 20 or 25 minutes, and that's nice to see that, you know, from 1 to 28, what you've got are a lot of guys that can hold their own, you know, and so it's very much a next man up mentality. It showed us that we're moving in the right direction, but it also showed us we have a long way to go. You know, conceding 3 goals in a match, you know, is not ideal. Saginaw were a good side, but we have to be tighter in the back, and then it was nice to get a couple, but also, you know, we need to clean some things up in the final third. So we have a lot of growth still, even though maybe that game was a good starting point for us.
You talk about a veteran group. Can you kind of talk about some of the players that you have coming back, and you know what kind of expectations you have of them?
Sure. I think, you know, we've got roughly 16 guys, 18 guys coming back that got some sort of minutes last year, which is encouraging. You know, we do have all 4 of our all-conference guys back, and you know, the expectations that I have for them are just to come out and work hard and get better. Now, the expectations they have for themselves are completely different. You know, obviously, they get a little taste of that individual success, and they want to push themselves even harder to get more. What they also recognize is all those individual awards are team awards. So for us, we take pride in it as a team just as much as we do for the individual. So, you know, we're excited about those guys returning, and then we feel like we have a lot of other guys that can contribute and you know, are very good MIA players and can really make a statement this year.
And what is your outlook on the rest of the conference? You know, it seemed pretty Of course, Calvin leads the top, but it seems from the top, the upper echelon of the conference standings in the preseason that things were relatively pretty close.
Sure, yeah. I think everyone's still chasing Calvin, right? They've won the conference, I think, 10 years in a row or something like that. And we're all playing second fiddle, right now. And so it's about chasing them down. I think there's some really tough teams. The MIA is a strong conference. It's strong every year, and you've got a lot of programs that are trending up, which can be difficult for us because we're trending up as well. I think we're right there with 2 or 3 other teams, and it's gonna be about making plays and continuing to get better. Everyone is kind of battling to jockey and position themselves to try to make a run at Calvin.
During training camp, what impressed you the most about your side?
I think the fact that we're not taking days off right now. Obviously, I give them rest days, but in terms of mentally and what we do when we're on the field, we have a group that is focused, and they've taken dead aim at goals, because they recognize that if it's important to them, it means a whole heck of a lot more than if it's just something I tell them this is our goal or this is what we're trying to do. And they've taken the ownership on themselves to say these are the things that are important to us, and now they're chasing them. So they haven't taken days off. They recognize how important each training session is, each meeting is, and we've really been focused in and dialed in, which has been great.
So it sounds like the work ethic is probably one of the greatest strengths of the team.
Yes, definitely. We do hang our hat on that. We've got some talented guys, but we also have a lot of guys that understand that working hard and having energy and enthusiasm and putting in the effort is really what's going to take us to the next level.
And one last question, what are some of the other strengths of the program right now?
Sure. I think the culture, our ability to all get along, we don't have cliques, we don't have guys separated. Everybody likes each other. Everyone enjoys being around each other. The interaction is good. The energy is positive. And I think that's very strong when you talk about moving through a very long and arduous season.
Thank you, Coach, for being with us.
Thank you.